Hey YouTube, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Um, I've been thinking an awful lot today. Well, yeah, what's new, right? Oh, first off, I don't really like beer, but I like Tom T. Hall, the song. It's a good song. I really haven't drank for God, couple years. I think I had an eggnog a few years ago, maybe on Christmas, something like that. But yeah, every once in a while. I used to drink. When I was younger, I would drink beer, and mostly I drank whiskey because I started drinking whiskey my dad gave me when I was 5. So, shots of whiskey. And so, yeah, I had my share of alcohol in my life, and oh, I really threw it down um, well over 3 decades ago. Just enough's enough, you know. So every once in a while, I mean, I didn't ever have a thing where I was out of control. I always felt like I was in control of it. So I guess that's, excuse me, I'm going to move us a little bit. So, yeah, it's been a long day. I've been in pain for a couple days. I ate potatoes, and then last night I had the pizza, but I had chocolate, Hershey almonds. It's like two things, nuts and the chocolate. So I took an allergy pill, but still all night long, like my legs hurt, just cramped up. So it's like I burned off everything I ate just being in pain, if you know what like being sick is and stuff. It's like, oh my God. So I would have been better off not eating anything. I've been thinking about fasting too. So when I feel like I can, I will. So, yeah, I've been thinking about love today. In all reality, aside from my kids, perhaps including them, I have never been loved by anybody besides a Satanist, if you call that love. Their version of I love you is, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. Um, yeah, I've been singing that in my head all day. It's like, um, yeah, I mean, I know what love is from God. That's why I know God so well, because that's the only love I have ever had. I have never had really a true friend or love in my life. No siblings, nothing. So that's the truth. I mean, I do know what it is because I give that. I've just never gotten it back. So, unless it was pretense, you know, people pretend. Now, I wonder, maybe I'm all wrong with this, but like a married man, I'm not speaking about anything in my life, but a married man that would like call people honey, not his wife, to me, that's kind of an infraction. That's worrisome to me because in this world, this day and age, that's kind of a no no. But I guess given the circumstances, I can understand different extremes, but kind of really not in a way. So I don't know. Unless I was thinking about getting a divorce and did it on purpose, I would like maybe I'd do something mean like that. So I don't know. I just heard it and I was wondering about that, and it's like, yeah, well, you know, sometimes the man and the wife does it, and then that's a real scary thing. So yeah. Yeah, the lighting's not really great right now. I think it's probably going on about 9 o'clock at night. And I was thinking, should I make a video? Shouldn't I? Would you hold on 30 seconds? I'm going to go pour me a coffee. Be right back with you. I hate to cut it off in midstream of what I was saying. I don't need that. Thanks anyway. Shush. She says no. I go, shush. She says no. Oh, so anyway, thank you for waiting. Oh, whatever I was mumbling about on the way into the kitchen. So, um, yeah, so people, if you got true love in your life, don't let that go. Don't mess it up because that is a rare thing. I've seen it. I mean, the coolest thing in my life is to see an older couple holding hands and ignoring the whole world, which I've seen a couple times in my life. Now, on the other hand, I've seen these men give women dirty looks in behalf of their wives, and that's fake. So it's not even a happy medium. It's a whole nother presentation in the world. It's like not even going overboard. It's just like, oh, I like you, you like me, okay. We'll see how much God you got in your heart before. I mean, I love you on your level, and people love from their level of understanding. You know, how have you been raised and the people that you have around you in your life and um, what's acceptable in your life. And being that I only had God in my life, um, when I became an adult, very little was acceptable to me from what I had seen in this world. So, yeah, I have tough times with that. So, if I seem a little harsh and you really do have a good heart, hang in there with me. We will work this out, you know? So, and ladies know too, it is so hard to find a female friend that's not trying to cut you to the bone, you know? So, yeah. And it's something I totally and thoroughly detest, you know? Coming from women in my life that were like that. Like I said, I'd stand around and hear these Eastern Star women talking to each other. Oh, God. Jeez. And they called themselves friends. I could not believe that crap, you know. Unbelievable. And then back in my day, too, the morals of the whole situation, even though some of it was a sham, but how I was raised is like the guys would hang together, and every once in a while, the women and the guys, they'd be there, but they didn't go like guys talking to another guy's wife. And um, in my house, I saw my parents do crap like a woman sitting on my dad's lap and my mom off talking to some dude, pretending they were friends like the neighbors, that type of crap. And I was an adult then, so I kind of started waging a war on that crap. But I don't know. From what I've seen in other areas in my life, and I think it was true. And then, like if it was a dinner or like a smorgasbord or something like that, um, church or whatever, and then the women would go like clean up the mess, and the guys would put away the chairs, and and the women talked women things, and you know, and you eventually end up hearing all about everybody else's life anyway. But you know what I'm saying? The men kind of grouped and the women kind of grouped. It wasn't like a free for all. Like it didn't look like Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, like nowadays. People don't have that honor in their life like that. So I was always and always have been. I go to like another woman's house, and like if we were going to go look at a car to buy or something like that, I'd stay in the car a lot, you know, just out of due respect. But it's not always like that in this world. So I've seen a lot change, a lot fast, really fast. Now, oh, I was gonna touch on something else. Um, oh, Andrea, cool race with your daughter. I missed racing with my kids too. You almost had her. You're like me. I'm like fast right off the bat. Always have been like that. It's not nothing new. So, and not because of my age. It's just the way it is like that. I've seen one of them white things go again. I don't know if they show up on the video. I'll have to see. Excuse me a minute. So, um, yeah, moms and daughters. Cute outfits, by the way, you ladies had. Um, Very ladylike. Uh, Unlike what my subject is when you get out of your 20s and you're in your 30s and you're a mom and you're still dressing like um, you don't know you're an adult yet. And mom's dressing, well, if your daughter dresses like a young lady, then when you and your daughter dress with similar taste, it's tasteful. That's, I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about the other ones. You know, you know what I'm saying. And uh, the way they sit, the way you bend over, the way you even act around people or stand around people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lady way to do things and a not so lady way to do things. And the men are the same way. So I grew up with men that would put their foot on the chair. I put an end to that crap in my life. If I see somebody putting their street shoes on my chair, I'll chop their head off. You know, there was some boots on my. I have a cedar chest in my kitchen next to a hutch, and there was some boots sitting there, and I just whapped them across the floor the other day, and then I chewed some bud. It's like, hey, them things are filthy. They're out in the public tracking in crap, and then either somebody sits on that hutch or the kitties are on there. It's like, God dang it, no, no more. No more crap in my life. And that's just the brain dead crap that goes on in this world all the time. Well, especially mine, but maybe it's just apparent in my life because that's the way Satan rolls in my life, with total filth. One thing right after the hell another. And I don't believe there's ever been a day of solitude and peace, strictly peace. Solitude, perhaps, but no peace. Never. Unless I was by myself, and that was probably clearing my head from all the turmoil that I already went through. So, yeah. Basically, I'm on here because I love a lot of people, and I know you're lonely and going through hell right now, too. And you're probably like me, feeling things that are almost unexplainable, really strange feelings inside and out. So, let it get on here and say, hi, I love you. It'll be okay. I do know it. But this world's got to change. Can't stay the same. You can't raise kids in this type of pedophilia, cannibal, do what they want to us type of world. That's just not going to cut it. Strong minds and hearts got to get together and say no, no, no. You see something immoral, like turn away, walk away. Don't associate with trash. You just can't. It weighs on you. So, I talk in passing, but as actual conversations around here or something, like real conversations, that don't happen. That's why I enjoy people that are interested in different areas in the world, like the whole world and all the people in it. Yeah. Um, and everybody can say peace and love. Like I've said before, you can say it and say it till you're blue in the face. That doesn't absolutely mean that I'm going to believe that you do, but do, you actions speak louder than words, and time will tell, and God will tell me. He always does. So yeah, Richard, I'll answer your question finally. God did tell me, yes, you have a good heart and you're struggling with feeling lost also, and I've sure been there. So if I'm absolutely wrong, I apologize, but that's what I get from the inside out. So, and I've so been there, you know. So, and one thing I heard that I thoroughly believe, and that's why I adapted my different ways to talk to people about God without offending and being a Bible thumper. So I could reach some deep, dark places where people have been deep, dark, hurt, and that was intentional just to mess with you. That's a fact, people. That's the way it goes. That is it. There is no Christian that won't be scarred like that. Because how else you gonna hurt you really bad? That's with love. You know. I heard some clowns say that love is weaponized. Well, no. Pretense of love is weaponized. That is the weapon. You know. So that's why I kind of I'll gravitate towards somebody that says they love and then they get fucking mad as hell, or just they just seem a little different than the rest of the crowd. Not the swearing, filthy, dirty, vile, you know what I mean, but just the real anger type thing. But still, you're walking with God. That's my type of person. I can work and live and think around those type of people, you know. So yeah, those people that have God in their heart and they don't even know it, you know. They never even went to it. Like I had a friend, Gary Peppinger, never knew God, and we worked at the sawmill together in Judith Gap, Montana. Then a bunch of us moved out to Roundup, Montana, where my first son was born. But he rented a room from me, and he never knew God. But he sat down, and I started saying grace. This was right before. Well, I used to always. I was the only one who did, but when before my baby was born, so and he was going to be having a baby with his girlfriend Barbie. So um it was kind of ironic. But anyway, so oh, he learned the God from me and he thanked me for it. And really, I didn't have a vehicle. He let me use his brand new Ford truck, 3/4 ton 4x4, to come home with my new baby from the hospital. Just left it there and used like his brother's truck or another truck or something that week. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. And I'm like, well, when I get back to work, because I was working in an antique store, it's like, I'll pay you back. And he's like, you don't have to pay me anything. But then, too, I was a really good cook. So whenever he's around, I always fed him. And oh, it was horrible. One time I was like 9 months pregnant, maybe even a little overdue. So Gary had bought in the clown in my life at that time was out of the picture, supposedly working where he never really brought any money home. That type of he'd be gone working and then come back, you know. But anyway, so Gary had brought home TV dinners, chicken, and there was corn and little apple crisp type things or something. And I ate the chicken and I got up and and I was getting sick in the bathroom while he was eating. It was like the worst thing. It was like, oh God, I couldn't believe it. It was disgusting. I'm like, I am so sorry. He's like, don't worry about it. Barbie's going through the same thing. And it's like, oh. Yeah, it was bad because I too had slipped on the ice and ripped the membrane, the uh, sac. So I had to like sit still for about shit. Well, I had to do special exercises too because uh the baby might have been too big or whatever. But anyway, or positioned wrong, but he wasn't. But anyway, so they had me put my shoulders on the ground and the rest of me kind of like up on my knees and my head to the side. It's like, okay, whatever. I quit doing them. But yeah, it was all pretty terrible, that one. He ripped out of me. They didn't cut me, so yeah, I kept saying, I'm having this baby. Well, you're not dilated. And I'm like, well, I can't help it. I know I am. And the doctor wasn't even there. And I'm like, call the doctor. And they're arguing with me. And it's like, oh, God, please. And then what happened after that? Just not even the ripping. And then things got worse. It was a total nightmare. A total nightmare. So I won't go into the whole thing, but I ended up, I was going to sue the hospital. But the lawyer said, just go tell them this. And if they don't, then. So they dropped all my charges on the bill for the baby. And I should have just sued them. I should have. Yeah, I really should have. So they almost killed both of us. So yeah, yeah, it was a crazy time. So, but yeah, so I was really thinking about what is love today. I mean, knowing full well what it's supposed to be. You know, I've always known what it was supposed to be. You know, do you ever have that kind of mother you go to kiss at goodnight and it just kind of turns from you? You know, it's like, oh, good Lord. You know, anyway, that was my love. You know, so if somebody went to give me a big hug or something, I'd sort of kind of almost freak out or like touch my head or any of these things. It's like, yeah, yeah. So it takes a lot to win me over in that respect. As far as, well, yeah, even touching me now, I don't even shake hands. I used to shake hands. Some of it was kind of an intimidation tactic, but most of it was out of respect and friendliness for other human beings. Now I just stand over there and like wave like, hi, I'd shake, but I don't do that anymore, you know. So, or if somebody goes to shake my hand, I've literally backed up. You know, it's like, no. So, yeah. Anyway, so. Oh, I don't know. So I guess that's about what's been on my mind. It really boils down to me, love means morality and it means human respect and oh, honesty. You know, that's the biggest thing in the whole world is honesty. Really, that is the biggest killer of all relationships, right there. Disrespect will do it too, though. Yeah, somebody disses me in my life, it's like, yeah, I really don't need you. You can go now. You know, those things, but honesty does come first. Morality, honesty, it goes hand in hand, and respect. So, anyway, with Gary, he was always loving, kind, and gentle natured, and not a hose bag, and didn't look at women wrong, and you know what I mean. You know when you're being when guys like undressing you or whatever, or if a guy has a respect enough, unless he's gay, but if he has respect enough to treat you like the lady you want to act like, and if they don't, then that's a big red flag. You know, same with guys. You know, so yeah, just go two ways. What do you want? How do you want to be? What do you want in your life? You know, it's a big deal. Yeah, sometimes society will force us to act in ways too that are unacceptable to God, and I've had to literally walk away from situations like that. No, not gonna happen. Lost a lot of good jobs because I wouldn't bow to Satanists. You know, you don't do what they want, then well, whatever, that type of thing. So, yeah, that don't work. Can't do it to me. So anyway, oh, let me see. Anything else on my mind? Excuse me. Um, oh yeah, I was watching Call for an Uprising, and he had them little girls on there were from China, and they were um, dressed like little Victoria's Secret models. That's disgusting. You know, really, truly is. I did like the angel wings, but they were dressed like in bikini, you know, and it's like, and then filthy old men taking pictures of them and crap, you know, it's like that's so disgusting, you know, really is. So yeah, he had to when he saw that he had to like literally take time to chill before he got on there to report about it. So he didn't start screaming at everybody, you know, like yeah, I don't want to, but I talk about the stuff that are so it's disgusting in this world, and there's really no other way you can talk about it, you know. So you just can't be nice to evil. It doesn't work, you know. True evil does not respond to nice. So no matter what they try. They act nice to each other, somewhat. So, yeah. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let you go. Happy Sunday or Monday or wherever you're at. And I love you. I really do. And God bless your night or day. And peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Thanks for being here.